Welcome back to R&R Reviews. As always, don't forget to check out and like our Facebook page and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Thank you for tuning in again. This week our audio review is on the latest installment in the Men in Black franchise, titled Men in Black International. This comes from a series of films that has spanned over 20 years. I think most of us can agree that the resolution to the third installment was an epic way to close the franchise. It took care of all the loose ends and gave an emotional and compelling closure. So naturally, rather than giving birth to a new idea, Columbia Pictures will just recycle what they anticipate will make them a profit. And that is exactly what they did here, giving us a new piece in this franchise that attempts to widen the universe and hopefully produce more films. But for the sake of all MIB fans out there, we hope they don't. This story is completely separate from the original characters and plot of the three previous films, and we're thankful that they did not attempt to taint that story. With this film, we're jumping into the eastern side of the world. Taking place across Europe and further, our characters are out to once again save the world from aliens, meeting a plethora of new characters and aliens along the way. It follows Agents H, the rockstar expert agent who has saved the world before, and Agent M, a young girl who's been trying to find the MIB her whole life and just so happens to stumble across them. They are attempting to solve a case that could lead to world destruction, while finding out that the agency itself has someone working with the enemy. The movie attempts to mimic its predecessors by giving us an intertwining sci-fi plot mixed with lighthearted humor. The only problem is, it fails miserably. You can predict the film's plot from a mile away. It moves exactly as you would expect. It's as if they put no critical thinking into this story. Nearly all of the jokes fall short or are lost because of their timing. This film feels so forced and rushed. Even the villains were mediocre. And then when we reach the climatic ending fight, it tries to mimic the previous films, which it fails at, and gives us one of the least climatic fight scenes in the history of films. There are small amounts of character development, but this movie mostly stays shallow, giving us predictable characters that are motivated in predictable ways, that do predictable things that we know are coming. There is not enough storyline for us to truly invest in these characters and care for their journey. Instead, they are shallow, two-dimensional characters that we are happy to leave as quickly as the film ends. There are so many big names a part of this film, including the reunion of MCU stars Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. There's Liam Neeson, Emma Thompson, Kumail Nanjiani, Rafe Spall, and Rebecca Ferguson, all big names that all give what feels like mailed-in performances. Maybe they doubted the viability of the film itself, but you can clearly tell that these actors have missed the bar. The score plays largely off of the older three, and it's a good feel, bringing back the nostalgia that is the original theme song. Danny Elfman also returns to the franchise to give us a great addition to the score he previously created. In a film like this, the use of CGI and special effects are crucial. With a sci-fi film that shows off hundreds of different aliens, this should be the bread and butter. Now, there is nothing wrong with the effects in this film, but they're also nothing very impressive. As much as the rest of the film, they come off very subpar. Overall, we believe this film was a waste of time for the viewers and those that created it. With a box office gross of $253 million globally, they very clearly met their intention to make a profit. However, I believe the majority of fans can agree that this was an overall disappointment. This film is the result of greedy production companies that are only interested in trying to make a profit rather than creating an original good movie. Hopefully, we will not see a franchise that is so dear to fans stained any further. Until next time, guys. And remember, it's a beautiful day in the cinema hood.